Crime prevention through environmental design makes for safer neighborhoods. The Prairie Line Trail is getting an interpretive website, and placemaking makes a community more accessible for its residents. All that and more on this edition of Tacoma Report. Hello, I'm Anita Gallagher. City Council approved Ordinance Number 28457, which extended the sunset date of the declaration of public health emergency relating to conditions of homeless encampments from October 9th to December 31st. Council also passed Ordinance 28458 to extend the public camping ordinance through the end of the year. The two ordinances are part of the city's effort to address safety and health concerns for people living in and around encampments. The Tacoma City Council meeting on Tuesday, October 17th, will be held at the Pantages Theater located at 901 Broadway. The meeting will start at 5 p.m. and includes a public hearing on proposed interim regulations related to the Tide Flats sub-area planning process. To review upcoming City Council meeting agendas, visit the city's website. Business and property owners can help prevent trespassing and criminal activities on their properties by following some simple guidelines. Megan Snow has more in our next report.
Using design elements can help prevent unwanted or illegal activity on properties. The city provides crime prevention through environmental design or SEPTED assessments at no cost to property owners.
We've been having some homeless issues, and so we're just looking for suggestions on how to control that and keep people out of our space. I like the idea. Definitely was very informative and definitely got some good ideas.
Property owners in Tacoma can get help to determine which principles work best for them by contacting the city.
If someone was interested in having a SEPTED assessment done on their property, they can go online and actually fill out an application for a SEPTED assessment. We can offer SEPTED assessments both on residential properties, which really usually focuses more on vegetation trimming and securing doors, windows, things like that. And we also do commercial properties, which focus more on kind of your customer safety on site and the ability to protect your building from things like graffiti and other forms of vandalism.
For more information about an assessment, contact the city at 311. For Tacoma Report, I'm Megan Snow.
Homeowners can also use design elements to reduce the likelihood of criminal activity on their properties. An effort between Metro Parks Tacoma and the city is looking at the future of Tacoma's waterfront. This project is just getting underway and will engage the community to help plan for possible improvements. Recently, Metro Parks was out asking people to share their vision for this resource. You can get involved by signing up for email updates, public meeting notifications, surveys, and by sharing input at envisionourwaterfront.org. The city is now accepting funding applications for 2018 from organizations producing publicly accessible arts programming within Tacoma city limits. More info is available at cityoftacoma.org/funding. A free workshop to provide information on the process will be held on October 12th from noon to 1:30 p.m. in the Tacoma Municipal Building at 747 Market Street, room 248. Up next, we'll have a chat with Tacoma Fire's new Emergency Medical Director. Don't go away. The Tacoma Fire Department's Emergency Medical Services, or EMS unit, is responsible for administering a two-tiered system of pre-hospital emergency medical care and transport. Here with us today is their new medical director, Dr. Ryan Garrett, better known as Dr. G. Welcome to the show.
Morning, thank you for having me.
So can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What's your background?
Absolutely. So I am a husband, father, and physician. I live in the city of Tacoma. My kids go to school in Tacoma, and I'm an emergency physician who focuses in and specializes in pre-hospital medicine. So like many medicine physicians focus or specialize on the heart or the lungs, I focus and specialize on all of the medicine that happens outside of the hospital. So fire department, search and rescue, tactical medicine. So that's my training and focus. My training includes 5 years of emergency medicine training in Ohio, and then additional years of training to specifically become a big city fire department medical director. So this is exactly what I've always wanted to do, and a dream job for me.
Well, that's exciting. So can you tell me a little bit more about the services that you oversee in your role?
Sure. So the City of Tacoma Fire Department, like any fire department in the country, we respond to all hazards all the time. And one of the big things, the most dominant thing that we do is pre-hospital medicine and respond to 911 calls for medical aid and for medical emergencies. And as the medical director, I am involved in advising, directing, teaching the medical aspects of what the fire department does. So a lot of that is training the paramedics and the EMTs, whether it be in recruit school and they're just learning, to providing continuing education and updates on what is new and what we should be doing in 2017 for pre-hospital medicine. A lot of it's quality assurance, so that comes in doing run reviews and looking at the work that we've done and trying to figure out, okay, are there ways that we can improve and tweak the system so that the citizens are always receiving the very best care that we can possibly provide. And then there's other things as well. So there's special projects as the fire department sort of branches out into other aspects of medicine and trying to serve the citizens and the community in that way. So there's lots of special projects there, but the majority of the time is spent in education and quality improvement in the medical aspects of what the department does.
So in your view, what do you see as the future of EMS services?
God, that's a great question. So we are really excited in EMS medicine. Medical directors around the country, the fire department, certainly the City of Tacoma Fire Department, we're really excited for what EMS has for the future. So EMS has only been around for 50 years, so a relatively young practice of medicine, which means that we're growing and we're expanding every day. And so EMS is at the forefront of pre-hospital medicine, public safety, and public health. And we are really the intersection between those three things in our community. And so the future on the medicine side, every day new articles are coming out, new treatments, and we critically evaluate that and we ask the question, is this right? Is this new treatment the right thing for the citizens that we serve? And so advancing that and increasing the care that we bring to you in your house or at work or wherever you call 911, that's certainly one part. Expanding into the public health realm. So we're excited about certain ventures to help do our part in taking care of the opiate epidemic, and expanding our roles into other aspects of healthcare to hopefully keep our citizens at home and comfortable and providing services in the home that would maybe keep them out of the hospital. And so there's lots of different projects expanding sort of across that three-pronged interface of public safety, public health, and medicine. And it's my job to oversee that, contribute to that, advise on that, and that's really the future.
Well, that's exciting, and it sounds like you're doing a great job in your role already with the fire department, so happy to have you on board.
Thank you.
We'll hope to have you back on the show sometime.
Very good, thank you.
To learn more about the variety of services offered by the Tacoma Fire Department, you can visit them online. And when we come back from the break, we'll find out more about the High Capacity Transit Study. Stay tuned. Pierce Transit is studying the feasibility of placing high-capacity transit along the Pacific Avenue corridor between downtown Tacoma and Spanaway. Part of this process included gathering input at open house events in the community.
Asking people what kind of high-capacity transit they might want, streetcar, light rail, maybe bus rapid transit, and where they might want stations to go, and telling them a little bit about what it is and how it can serve our community. So then we're going to have another set of open houses in November where we're going to show people some different alternatives that we've heard people might want and kind of give them some more feedback, ask some more questions, and maybe produce some options for them to really think about.
Pierce Transit plans to select a preferred alternative by summer 2018, followed by design and construction. Service is slated to begin in late 2022. To learn more, visit Pierce Transit's website. The Prairie Line Trail project is converting 1 mile of a historic railroad corridor into a signature public space. Stacy Ellifrit has more on how this multi-use trail is integrating public art, multimedia, and highlighting local history.
Soon, you'll be able to take a walk along a portion of a historic rail corridor located in downtown Tacoma. And while doing so, you can unlock the history of the Prairie Line Trail through public art.
All the artworks on the trail are related to history and the history specifically of this site, historic interpretation. So they all take a different story and tell that story in an artistic way and kind of dig deep into one story so that viewers can interpret it a little bit differently.
The completed Prairie Line Trail Interpretive Plan guided how the history of the corridor is presented through public art and other methods. Some of these art pieces have already been placed along the city's portion of the trail, and some will be installed next year.
For this project, we're placing 5 pieces on the trail. 4 are original commission pieces, and 1 is a piece that has been in the city for a while that we recited. The partnerships in this were incredible, and it just speaks to how important this site is and how many different stories intersect here.
A new, mobile-friendly website provides an opportunity for users to experience this neighborhood in a new way.
The purpose of the experience was to enhance the artwork itself through additional content like video, audio, historic artifacts, etc. So when you're on the trail, you would be looking at a piece and hopefully getting added value to that. The purpose is to add more information to the art itself, learning about the artists, learning about the process of making the art, learning about the historical significance of the art pieces, why they're there, and generally just enhancing your experience.
Take your own personalized walking tour of the trail and learn about the history that surrounds you through a geo-targeted experience.
So as you're walking along the trail, an icon will follow you and show you where you are in relation to the art pieces. And as you are in front of an art piece, you can open that up and engage with the audio, video, text, descriptions, etc. What we're trying to do is reach as many audiences as possible. So the experience has a map interface. It also has a text-only interface for ADA. So currently it's a 1 mile trail. And we have sites along the entire trail, historic sites, art sites, points of interest.
You can learn more about this project by attending the Prairie Line Trail Celebration and Artist Forum on October 19th. A dedication for the new art pieces will be followed by a panel discussion of the artwork and history of this significant passageway. For Tacoma Report, I'm Stacy Ellifrit.
To walk the tracks of Tacoma's history through this mobile-friendly site or to attend the upcoming celebration, visit the city's website. Family-friendly autumn entertainment awaits you at Harvest Fest. Metro Parks Tacoma presents this free event series at community centers throughout Tacoma on the last 3 Fridays in October. Attendees will enjoy crafts, games, costume contests, and more. For information, including a full list of locations, visit the Metro Parks website. Airing now is the fall edition of Urban Green. In this episode, we take a look at a program that's benefiting local green spaces and provide a lesson on making fresh pasta. Host Stacy Ellifrit talks about an effort that's shaping the future of Tacoma's waterfront and shares tips on making eco-friendly dishwasher detergent and fixing a leaky toilet flapper. Catch the latest episode playing right here on TV Tacoma. For a listing of air dates, visit the Urban Green page on the city's website. After the break, we'll see how one neighborhood group prepared for emergency situations. In a proactive effort to help ensure that community members have what they need to survive during an emergency situation, the West End Neighborhood Council purchased some emergency supplies and presented it for safekeeping to the Tacoma Fire Department. TFD reminds everyone that we must take action to prepare, now and throughout the year, for the types of emergencies that could affect us where we live, work, and visit. One of the keys to surviving a disaster is to have 7 to 14 days worth of supplies on hand. For more information, go to cityoftacoma.org/prepare. Through the city's 2017 Neighborhood Small Innovative Grant Program, 24 community groups within Tacoma's 8 neighborhood council districts received grant funding to support neighborhood improvement activities or projects. Maria Lee has the story on how one group used their grant funding to help create engaging public spaces in Tacoma.
Downtown on the Go believes that creating engaging public spaces where people might be waiting for a bus or train is a way to encourage more walking and biking.
We are using sort of lighter and cheaper and temporary materials to show what adding things like seating, plants, parks, pedestrian improvements, and bikeway improvements might look like.
Along with other groups, Downtown on the Go is helping to facilitate community outreach and engagement along the Tacoma Link Extension corridor. The information collected throughout this community outreach and engagement process, part of the City of Tacoma's Links to Opportunity initiative, will inform the design of more vibrant pedestrian areas along Martin Luther King Jr. Way, Division Avenue, and North 1st Street.
We're hoping to catch a larger audience by just sort of being in the street to collect that input. So through projects like this, we're interacting with people as they walk by and gathering their input about things like seatings like this or little parklets that we've done throughout the neighborhood as well.
Connecting people, building community. That, in essence, is what these efforts are all about. For Tacoma Report, I'm Maria Lee.
To learn more about Downtown on the Go, visit them online. To learn more about the city's Links to Opportunity initiative, go to cityoftacoma.org/links. 2018 community cleanup applications are being accepted now through October 27th. The annual event provides the opportunity for up to 17 neighborhood cleanups each year. For more information, visit the webpage. TV Tacoma earned 2 awards as part of the 2017 Government Programming Awards from the National Association of Telecommunications Officers and Advisors during its annual conference in Seattle. Among large municipal TV stations from around the country, TV Tacoma received 2nd for overall excellence in government broadcasting. The station also placed 2nd in the Arts and Entertainment category for the program Art Town. NATOA's annual awards recognize excellence in broadcast, cable, multimedia, and programming produced by local government agencies to keep citizens informed and involved. TV Tacoma's submissions were selected by peers in the industry and were among more than 900 entries that came from across the nation. That's all the time we have on this edition of Tacoma Report. A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org. Until next time, I'm Anita Gallagher.